lock and load, Allen Pass. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. Where we lock and load, Allen Pass. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. Where we lock and load, Allen Pass. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. Where we lock and load, Allen Pass. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Pass Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. Welcome to the first show of the year. This is the Allen Powell Show. Thank you for tuning in. Got a great show locked and loaded for you today. Mr. Vic is in the building. Thank you, sir.
Hey, what up, though? Happy New Year. I just now talking to you, bro. Happy New Year.
All right. Happy New Year. Mr. Brian Morgan is in the building. Thank you for coming on, my brother.
Yo, thank you for having me. Happy New Year as well, man. To all y'all.
Amaru is from Wisconsin. What's up, my brother?
Happy 2025, everybody. Yeah. Glad to be back, man.
And Mr. Hollywood with a in the chat talking about how the intro so long. Hey man, we just out here trying to get to the people, man.
I'm just trying to figure out, man. The intro ain't never been that long, man. Hey, man. Happy New Year's, bro.
Man. Just in case y'all don't know who this brother is, he was here early in the process, man. He's back. His Packers got a big game, so thank you for coming on, though, my brother.
No problem, bro. No problem.
Look, man, before we get to the NFL playoffs, we do have some college playoffs going on. Two big games. Vic, I know you big into college football, man. I ain't gonna lie. This is the first year they did a 12-team playoff, and I'm shocked that Notre Dame made it this far. Like, I expected them to lose to Georgia. I'll just be honest. And I went to go see them my first college football game. Went to go see them live in person, and I was like, you know what? They didn't impress me. I'm like, they good, but when they met Georgia, I was like, that's gonna be the end of the season. But they knocked out that game, and now when they play against Penn State, I think they can win that game. I definitely think they can win that game. But what's your thoughts on Notre Dame, and then just your thoughts about the 12-team playoffs, because we had the Boise States, the Arizona States in, and I want to know, how do you like it as far as the competition level? Did they live up to the hype of competing with the bigger schools and the SECs and all of that stuff? But what's your thoughts about Notre Dame and then just the 12-team playoff?
I mean, they honestly did compete with the SECs. Ain't no SEC teams left but Texas, right? It's one left. You usually have Alabama, LSU, all these SEC teams are usually still there dominating if they would do a playoff. Not this year's a different story, man. You know, you got the talent, the transfer portal, Neil money, all that stuff paying the difference now, man. No, not everybody can pay the players, not just Alabama. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big difference nowadays. The playing field is leveled, man. You know, and I was kind of nervous after we lost to that game in Northern Illinois early in the year, man. I was kind of like, man, what is this? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, to their credit, bro, they ride the ship, and even with that loss, all season they play good defense. Not just good defense. I mean, great defense, great special teams. Just like it's like a total team effort. The quarterback, for the most part, he ain't gonna hurt you.
Yeah. So they are going to play Penn State. I got Notre Dame winning that game. We also got Ohio State versus Texas. Real quick, Vic, what's your prediction with Ohio State, Texas?
I got Ohio State in that game, and you know I got Notre Dame over Penn State.
So all Midwest national championship is what you're predicting.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, Brian. I know you're not the biggest college football fan, but if you watched any of it, do you have any thoughts on the college football playoff?
No, man, not many thoughts. I think I do like the opportunity for some of the small mid-major schools to get a chance to play in these playoffs. So I think that's a good twist for me. You know, I was able to see that running back over there in Boise State. You know, so it got some guys on a bigger platform that probably wouldn't have been on there otherwise. So I like that part of it.
That running back did declare for the NFL draft, so I predict he should go in the first round at least. But I will say this. Arizona State competed with Texas. Texas had to go to double overtime to beat them. Hollywood, let's come to you, man. Have you watched any of the college football playoffs, and what's your thoughts?
You know I watch football every day. I love the 12-team playoff. I mean, I'm not a Boise State, SMU, and all them schools, but they only could beat who in front of them. Right. So they won a division, so they deserve it. But far as the running back he spoke about, overrated. Overrated. Understand he's playing against 2 stars and 3 stars that go to Boise State. He played against Division I linemen.
Yeah.
And look what happened.
Yeah.
So I got Ohio State winning the whole thing. Ohio State versus Notre Dame, and it's not going to even be close. Ohio State got the best player on offense and the best player in college football on defense. Caleb Downs on defense, and we know who on offense, number 4, Jeremiah Smith. Like, it's not going to even be close in Texas, and it's not going to be close against Notre Dame.
Before I get to you, Amaru, Vic, do you want to respond to the not close? What he predicted right there?
Hey, bro, I've been hearing that all year, man. I've been hearing that all year. I'm gonna let Freeman go out there and outcoach the coach, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I'm through with all that talking, man.
I don't know.
We're gonna see on the field. We gonna see on the. Hey, bro, Al, it's gonna be decided on the field, bro. All that talking ain't about nothing.
I picked Notre Dame to win every game, but they not. Nobody's on God's green earth is beating Ohio State. Nobody.
He said this.
I mean, is Ohio State undefeated?
No, it don't matter.
Okay. Okay. No. Okay. I was just asking just a question. No, that's all.
They lost to Michigan and Oregon. You lost to Northern.
Yeah, one game. One.
You lost to a JUCO school.
Yeah.
I hope we definitely gonna bring y'all two back just for that game.
Hey Vic, man, I missed you though, man. I missed you, my guy.
Hey, I asked your buddy about you today. I didn't even know you was gone, man. It's crazy that he had you on the show. I asked your buddy about you when I was at work today. I didn't even know you was gone, bro.
Oh, yeah, I've been gone almost 3 years, man.
Yeah, he was telling me that.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Ryan Cobra checking in, says Irish over everybody. So we got one for Team Irish right now. One for Team Irish. Amaru, have you paid attention to any of the college football playoffs? Any thoughts?
I haven't, but I've been watching it from afar. I'm with Vic with the Midwest final. You know, I've been rocking with Notre Dame since Ty Willingham, so I'm gonna pick Notre Dame to win it all. Like he said, we decide on the field, man. We ain't for all that talking, man.
Yeah, hey man, I was shocked. I ain't gonna lie, I was shocked that Ohio State dominated Oregon. That was my biggest shock for me. Like, I thought Oregon was really up for the challenge, and Ohio State just went in there and smacked them around, man. Like, yo, I was shocked. I expected a closer game, not for them to get smacked around like that. Come on, man. Tim, you can't even tell me you expected them smacking around like that.
No. I thought Oregon was gonna make it, but when you have the best player on offense and the best player on defense in the nation, and this one game, hey, bro, it's a different conversation, bro. Ain't no tomorrow. And they had just lost to Michigan. Yeah. Oh, it's bad for everybody.
Yeah. Brian Cobra says Jeremiah the truth, though. So he do admit Jeremiah the truth. Let's go.
That kid is different, bro.
Yeah. Hey, and I remember Ryan Day they were talking about him losing his job if he would have got put out like in the first round. Mm-hmm. And
he should have.
He can't beat Michigan.
So, that's what I'm saying. You lose to Michigan and get put out of the first round? Oh, bro, you got to go.
So how do you feel now that he made it to the Final Four?
He got to win it, bro. He got to win. He can't lose it. You can't lose to Texas, bro, because you lost to Michigan. You have lost to Michigan. Understand, you have 3 Michigan losses over your head in a row, bro. The only thing that's gonna set those sponsors up is the national championship, bro.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Went to the Final Four. That means nothing.
You lost to Michigan, bro.
Isn't Michigan the reigning national champion though? Like lost to Michigan. Everybody lost to Michigan last year. So
but it's different. It's different. Ohio State and Michigan, they can go just like the Bears and Packers. They have to win that game.
I agree with that. That's your rival. You got to beat them. That's
that game. You have to win that game.
He opened his last 3, Brian, against him. He opened his last 3 against Michigan, bro. So that's why the pressure on him. I get what you said about Michigan was the champions last year. That was last. We talking about this season right here. They took a step back. Harbaugh was no longer the coach, and they still were able to beat Ohio State.
It was a bad loss. I agree. It was a bad loss. Michigan went nowhere in the playoff picture. It was a down year, and they still lost. I get it. But when you overcome that and you win, no,
Michigan just beat Alabama. So you cannot lose to Texas because now Michigan beat a SEC team. You can't go lose to an SEC team. You have to win it all, bro.
Ryan do agree with you. He says,
I'm with Tim, bro. I'm with Tim. Like when they lose, he out of there, bro.
He out of there, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even if he go to the national championship and he lose, he's still out of there.
I think so.
I'm gonna say this: if in a national championship, if Notre Dame beat them, it got to be a field goal game. He better not get smoked. He better not get smoked. He better lose by a field goal. He better lose on the last play. If he gets smoked, it's over with. He's not even getting back on the plane. I don't think y'all understand that Michigan. I don't think y'all understand that Michigan and Ohio State rivalry.
Oh, I definitely do. I definitely do,
bro. Like,
I definitely do.
It's not even in the picture right now. We're talking about the Final Four of the playoffs. Michigan is out of the picture right now. I'm a diehard Florida State fan, and the only game we care about is playing Florida. We cannot lose to Florida, bro, and we lost. Now, man, our season was horrible. But if we'd have beat Florida, we'd have been cool. Yeah. So we're gonna see Ohio State, Texas, Notre Dame, Penn State coming up tomorrow and Friday, and we will know by the weekend what's gonna happen with the college football playoff, and y'all be able to come back and talk about it some more. But let's get to the big elephant in the room, man. That's the NFL playoffs. That's my thing for the most part. But before we get to that, it's been stories talking around that the Chiefs lost on purpose to keep the Bengals out of the playoffs.
Yeah, they don't want to play Joe Shiesty.
Hold on, man. Hold on. So Tim, I'm gonna let you address it first. Do you really think they did it on purpose, though? Did they absolutely lose?
I mean, it's for giggles. It's for hee-hees and giggles. Like you have nothing to play for. And I know we're gonna get to the game, but understand I lost the receiver in the game. Like, what if you lose Travis Kelce in that game? Like, what if Jordan Love hurt his finger? What if but just for giggles, they ain't want to see Joe Shiesty, man.
But they ain't want to. Still, Cincinnati still needed more help. They still needed Miami to lose too.
All they needed, and Miami lost.
Miami lost. I don't remember if Miami lost. Okay, so they lost.
Aaron Rodgers beat them. Yeah.
So, but I'm like this, man. Handle your business. You ain't got to worry about that. You can't sit up here.
You ain't.
Somebody else handle your business.
But if I'm the chief, I'm petty like that. Nah, Bengals, you ain't getting in. You ain't getting in. You had 17 games to figure it out. I'm not helping you anymore.
Facts. Now you need help. You want to throw around the story. Vic, do you think the Chiefs did it on purpose or since they just needed to handle their business?
Nah, man, since it should have took care of business and stuff, starting 1-4, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, Joe Burrow, that's my favorite player in the NFL, bro. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't take care of business early. They started out 1-4, losing some games to some teams that they shouldn't have lost to. They dug themselves too far of a hole. If I'm the Chiefs, I'm resting my players too, man. You got nothing to prove. You already got home field locked up. You got to buy. I'm not running my guys out there taking no chance. Like Tim just said. Christian Washington, I hate to see that happen to the guy. Like, rivalry aside, I hate to see that happen to that guy at that time when that game, honestly, was just for the fans, basically. It was a rivalry. It was just a rivalry game. Yeah. It was for the fans.
Yeah.
Like he said, Jordan Love got hurt.
Green Bay was still
crazy.
They
could have got a higher seed had they won. They wouldn't have had.
Yeah, but you got Washington against Cowboys. That's like, that's a rock and a hard place. Like, I get it,
bro.
Yeah.
The Packers got to play the Eagles when they could have played.
Tampa Bay. Tampa.
I want the Bucks. I don't want Philly.
I don't want Baker. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I don't want Baker. I said I can show you my group chat. I don't want Baker.
Nah,
not
Baker,
in the playoff. It's only one game. I don't want Baker.
If you
I'm taking my chance with the Eagles.
Yeah, if you go by quarterback play, and that's what I was telling people here. I live in Milwaukee. Yeah. I'm like, I would rather play if my team was good. I would rather play Jalen Hurts.
Exactly.
When you get in the playoffs, we're gonna put 8 in the box and make you throw the football. And I don't think. I mean, he got two outstanding receivers, and the tight end is pretty good. Yeah. But you make him go through first, because when you get to playoff football, it's about making you go to your second and third progression. Baker is more willing to do, and he's actually played well. He played better in the playoffs than Jalen. Jalen only played well in the Super Bowl.
He beat the Eagles last year.
So what y'all saying? Records mean nothing though. Like Philly ain't no slouch. We gotta talk about.
Not in the playoffs. Not in the playoffs.
Matchups. It's just matchups.
And not in the playoffs. Because understand this, we don't have to beat Philly. They have to beat us.
Yep, they do.
Brian, let me come to you. First of all, do you think Kansas City lost on purpose? And then
go ahead, my bad. No. What was the next question?
And then would you rather play the Eagles or the Tampa Bay Bucks in the playoffs?
So I 100% think the Chiefs was in on it. I think that they did. They had no reason to win that game. The Bengals is the last team to beat them in the playoffs, and y'all was talking all that Burrowhead, all this. Well, guess what? See you in Cancun. You know what I'm saying? And so I think they had every incentive to sit their starters and let the Bengals watch on the sideline. As far as me personally, I don't know much about what Baker did this year, but I know that Philly team was just in the Super Bowl. I know Jalen Hurts just got paid, and he got some things to prove, and that team is still pretty much that Super Bowl team. Yeah. Overall, I would rather play the Buccaneers team. Now, if we talking quarterback, I can't get into that argument. But as far as rather playing a team, give me Tampa Bay. I'll see Philly a little bit down the line.
I think Philly has the better overall team. I'm with y'all with the Baker factor. I think he's a better passer than Jalen Hurts. I agree with y'all on that. But the overall team, give me Saquon, give me that defense, give me Philly.
Yeah, I get that, but understand it's easy to play football when there's no pressure on you. Mm-hmm. Understand the Packers doesn't have to win. The Packers got to win because you guys gonna talk about me. But we're talking about on a football stand. Yeah. You lose to Baker last year, Philly. You can't lose again in the first round.
Yes.
So we're gonna play loose.
Why do you think the Packers don't have to win? Like, I'm as a Packers fan. What y'all the Super Bowl not the goal?
No. As a fan, we want to win, but I'm talking about media wise. As media wise, like you said,
okay.
Like you just said, all that. Jalen Hurts got paid. Him and AJ Brown was fighting early in the year. He got Saquon set out, missed the record. You got put out by Baker. You got put out by Baker last year. Lost the last 5. You got home field. The only team that you're supposed to lose to maybe is Detroit. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. But let me ask you this. You say all the pressure is on Philly, which I agree. Pressure is on Philly. They got a lot of stuff going on. Like you say, AJ Brown. Talking about his quarterback, and they arguing and this and that. But if you Green Bay and you went up and smacked Dallas last year, you want to progress. You don't want to be one and done after that. You want to continue to progress further.
And understand, we played relaxed against Dallas. We was in the same situation last year. We played relaxed and smacked them.
Yeah.
It's easy to play quarterbacks when you're already picked to lose. That's what I'm saying. Jordan Love, like you said, all Jordan Love got to go do is not lose. Philly has to win.
You either gonna win or lose, though. It ain't no all he has to not lose. Like
I don't.
It's either win or loss.
I got to see if Tyreke Alexander gonna play because we need him at corner. But I don't think Jalen Hurts arrived in the pressure. Is all I'm saying. If you think about his last 2 playoffs, he nutted up in the Super Bowl. Yeah. He turned around, nutted up against Baker.
And
he only got played because of the market.
Right. But before we get deep into the playoff talk, I do want to go back to the Chiefs because y'all, Brian, you said the Chiefs, had a hand in it. They then. But my question would be, when the backups came in, did they lay down or did they compete? Because even the backups should have competed a little bit. Do you think they just completely laid down or did they compete?
Nah, I don't think they laid down. I think they went out there and played football. But ultimately, Andy Reid, that's not checkers. So yeah, have fun. But we don't want. Hey, that Bengals team was hot. We don't want them boys coming in here with that momentum.
I agree.
No.
You
So
don't want to
I
play Joe
believe they
Shiesty.
Yeah, you know, yeah. I don't think the Chiefs was afraid. I'm just saying it was a no-brainer. If all I had to do is lose,
right?
Oh man, and our seed is already protected. We got a bye week. Man, it's 2 bye weeks they just got right here. With that, you know what I'm saying? So I think they had every motive to keep the Bengals out of this run right here. Because the Bengals is that offense, they can put point for point with anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think nobody wanted to see them Bengals with the way they tried to turn their season around the last quarter of the season. I don't think nobody wanted to see it.
Hey, understand, Al, understand this. They let players not hit their incentive. That's how much they didn't care about their game. Players didn't hit their incentive. Kelsey them to hit that. And understand this. It's understand everyone is in the NFL. Like we could sit here and go back and debate about he's weak. You're in the NFL. You made a 53-man roster, so you're not weak.
But I know the Bengals would have been a problem for sure. That offense
why would I let you in? Why would I let you in?
But I'm trying to see, is Denver that much better than the backups of Kansas City? Did they shut them out? Did they shut him out?
You played against starters, Al. I start for a reason.
I mean, hey, put some respect on the Denver Broncos defense, man. Like,
Sean Payton did a good job over there this year, man.
Bro, even against the regular Chiefs offense, that would have been a tough game. I'm telling you that right now.
Sean Payton.
I'm not the biggest Sean Payton fan, but one thing I will do is give credit where it's due. He had them kids playing hard for him all year, bro. All year. He got them Broncos playing for all year.
It was that block field goal.
I believe Bo Nix. Bo Nix is a baller. I believe for real, and he's not no kid. That boy like 25. That's a grown man out there. You know what I'm saying?
We finna win this weekend.
Who they play?
Wait. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We gonna get it. Ryan Colbert said they play Matador defense all day against the Broncos. So he think the Chiefs with the backup still play Matador defense. Like they didn't. He's saying that they ain't go full strength. That's what I'm saying. Do y'all believe the Chiefs backup wasn't going all the way? Amaru,
for what?
I mean, they still trying to prove they want playing time. Maybe if they want.
Bro, you coming off 2 Super Bowls.
I understand.
Hey, bro, they trying to get out of that game healthy, bro.
That's all they needed was to get healthy, bro. Your paycheck is still the same, bro.
Let me ask you this. As a backup, you get a chance to play. You trying to tell me you're not going to try to show out with your one opportunity to play?
Yeah, I'm going to win my rep. My one rep. I'm going to win my assignment.
That's all I'm going to win. I don't care about winning the game. This ain't the NBA, bro. This ain't the NBA. I understand on the NBA, you auditioning for other teams. NFL, bro, you're cool.
Yeah.
You're cool. Look at Ezekiel Elliott. He just lucked up and got in the playoffs, bro. Yeah. Like you're cool in the NFL, bro. It's different, bro. Like I don't need to go out there. I'm 15-1. Me beating Denver means what? I get Joe Shiesty and I still get a bye week.
And I'll say this too, like for like you said, someone mentioned earlier, Cincinnati, you should took care of your business. And I'll just go back to because I'm a Bears fan. Remember, Buzz, what was it, 2010 when we could have knocked the Packers out the playoffs the last
and we won the Super Bowl,
Yeah. And they won the Super Bowl. So you take care of your business. Like you take care of your business. You win the games you're supposed to win.
But he's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't talk that.
We never get in.
Use a different example, man.
Bear fan. I don't like
that. but I'm just keeping it real. I remember that thing. I'm like, why the hell y'all not like? And then y'all didn't take care of business. They go and win the Super Bowl.
Hey, look, man.
We beat y'all and then turn around and beat you the next week because you didn't take care of business.
Let's move on, man, because I don't like the memories being brought up. I don't like the memories being brought up. Those bad memories. But let's go ahead and get into NFL Wildcard Weekend, man, because Tim done talked about the Broncos and Vic, I seen your picks on Facebook. I disagreed only with one of your picks. So let's get into it. I'm going to go first and give you my picks.
Okay.
Saturday, the Chargers will beat the Texans. The Chargers are hot.
Yes, sir.
Boys balling.
Yes, sir.
I got the Ravens beating the Steelers. Too much firepower.
Trap game. Trap game.
Russ ain't russing right now. The Broncos will lose. Lose to the Bills. I got the Bills in that. I got the Eagles beating Green Bay, and it might be a blowout.
Wow.
And I got the Bucks.
We're gonna talk offline.
I got the Bucks beating the Commanders. I know, Vic, you had the Commanders, I believe, but I got the Bucks. Remember, Jaden Daniels is a rookie. That's the only reason I got them losing. He got to pay his dues. Bo's gonna be bringing that blitz package. It's a new atmosphere for Jaden Daniels. I got the Bucks winning that, and then I got the Rams beating the Vikings. I know Flores probably gonna bring the blitz. Matthew, the veteran quarterback, I think he's gonna be able to dissect that easy, and that's my picks for the wild card. Tim, go ahead and rebut.
I got no. I mean, evidently I got Denver. I think Sean Payton got them over there, and it's the same factor. I'm saying they have nothing to play for. Sean Payton made it to the playoff his first year after last year they had the number one, the 5th pick or 6th picks overall. So that's a great accomplishment. Okay. I'm caught between the Steelers and Ravens. I think it's a trap game for the Ravens. Like, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. I think it's a trap game, but I'm going with Lamar. You know, I'm going with the Packers.
Hold on,
I'm going with Baker.
Going, I got some questions about your picks. You can keep going, but I got questions. And so while you go through your picks, I want you to answer these questions. So the first game, you said Denver. Are you anywhere concerned about Bo Nix's first playoff start in the playoffs? Remember,
why?
Go tell me.
Josh Allen has to win. Joe doesn't. I mean, Bo doesn't. Understand this. We understand pressure is different when you're playing football.
You put pressure over experience.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But what experience do he have? Because he made it to the NFC Championship and he scared of Mahomes.
Listen, like, this is Josh Allen probably best. Well, I won't say his best.
Cool.
But one of his best opportunities.
This the playoff though.
Rookie quarterback. If he loses a rookie quarterback at the crib, come on, man.
You know the last time Broncos was in this situation, what happened?
I got you.
Demarius Thomas scored a 65 touchdown against the Steelers.
Okay.
With Tim Tebow at quarterback.
Okay. Keep going. You said Baltimore. You said it's a trap game for
Baltimore, but I'm taking Baltimore.
It's no trap games in the playoffs, in my opinion. No trap games. It's
hard to beat a team 3 times though.
I disagree because that Steelers team, Lamar's played well against every other team outside the Steelers and the Chiefs. And
if Joe Pickens catch the pass last week, the Ravens lose.
Yeah.
Hold on. What is considered a trap game? Ain't that when you look over a team, you looking forward to the next game, or you play down to the competition, or you looking over the?
I wouldn't say it's a trap game, but historically they played that man very well. The last game, they lost early in the season to them. I believe didn't they lose? Didn't they lose to early this season?
Yeah, they lost to the Steelers early. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Historically, they have played Lamar very well, which is shocking to me because my daughter's a Bengals fan, so I watch all the AFC North games. He struggles against that Steelers team for some reason.
What do y'all think about Russell Wilson though? Y'all.
No. Russell only got to cook one more game, bro. He only got to cook once. Understand, there's no tomorrow. So y'all got to play you for one game. I'm not saying I believe in Russ. I believe in Minka Fitzpatrick and JJ, and I believe in Mike Tomlin. All I'm saying, I believe it's going to be close. I still got the Ravens winning.
I think it'll be a close game.
I got the Ravens winning,
real close.
But I don't think it's going.
So I can get the other guys in.
I got Broncos, I got Packers, I got Baker, and I got the Rams. So we agree on most of them.
Before I move on, is the only reason you picking the Packers because of your loyalty as a fan, or you really believe matchup wise? Because I know you said pressure. Is it all about ain't no pressure on them? That's why they gonna win.
Well, we got the our defense is about the same. And you're looking at oh, they're gonna have Saquon, like B just said, bro. We're gonna put 8 people in the box.
I seen him.
Yeah, he didn't beat this 8. We got 2 linebackers. We got 2 linebackers in the Pro Bowl. We didn't beat this 8. He beat. Got a bit. You remember he barely beat us. The Eagles wasn't winning until Jordan Love got hurt week 1.
Okay.
So stop. Remember that game? We only lost by a score. So like BJ said, you have to. We're going to put 8 in the box. Saquon not going to beat it, so Jalen Hurts got to throw the ball, and I'm taking my chances.
All right, and then let me go back. You said
Baker. I'm taking Baker over. I'm taking Baker over Washington, and I'm taking the Rams over JJ.
Okay, all right. Let me move on. Vic, give me your thoughts, brother. What's your thoughts?
I like the Eagles in that matchup over the Green Bay, not just because you know what I'm saying. Obviously I'm a Bear fan, but that's not right. To read the matchup that I really don't like is Washington getting hurt and Green Bay really don't have that field stretcher. And I just can see Jalen calling those guys pinning back on some of those injuries y'all got on the offensive line, Tim, and making it a hard day for Jordan Love, too. And I don't know if he's 100% either after leaving the game last week. I know he was throwing on the sideline, you know what I'm saying, gassing it up like he's about to come in the game, but we knew that wasn't about to happen, man. Risk him getting further injured. We knew that wasn't about to happen. So it's just the health of the Packers that concern me right now in that matchup. I like the Rams. I like that experience at quarterback in that matchup. I like the Rams over Vikings. And then the only other game that you and I disagreed was the Commanders and Tampa Bay. I like Jaden, man. He told Tampa Bay up when they played a little earlier. He put up the numbers on them. So, you know what I'm saying? If you're expecting for no pressure to be on Bo Nix, ain't no pressure on young Jaden Daniels either. He's just going to come out there and ball. He's just going to come out there and ball. He's just going to come out there and play. And I just don't see, as good as they are, I don't see a matchup with him and Scary Terry clicking, and then he get to using his legs. They got a tough matchup on offense for the Buccaneers defense, man.
Same thing with Baker and Mike Evans.
All right, Amaru, coming to you, dog. Give me the picks.
Post them back up. I think with mine, I think this is going to probably, to me, I think this is going to be a great NFL weekend because to me, the only game that I can see being a blowout is the Bills and the Broncos. But here's my picks. I think because of last year's experience with winning their first game, because of their defense, I'm picking the Texans.
Wow. Okay.
I think the Steelers and Ravens game gonna be really tight. I think Lamar pulls it out at the end. I think the Bills are going to blow through the Broncos simply because of what Josh Allen's going to be on. I mean, obviously the Broncos, they lead the NFL in sacks. I love what they're doing on defense. I just don't think and then Buffalo's defense is not that great either. I just don't think with this atmosphere. I mean, Sean Payton's a great coach, but I don't think that Bo Nix going to be up to the task. This Eagles-Packers game is going to be interesting because the injury to Christian Watson. Got to stay here. That's going to be huge. If he plays, we probably lose to them. Remember, I called that game before the season started. But I think the Eagles beat them. I think Washington, even though I think Baker's had a great year, I think Washington pulls the upset and beats them. And then because of
is it really an upset?
I think it is because you got a rookie quarterback under playoffs, bro. Like,
gotcha.
And rookie quarterback, he got brand new everything in front of him, and he had a great year. So I think he's gonna ride the momentum and beat Tampa. Even though I'm a Baker fan, I like him what they've been doing in Tampa, and I think Sean McVay pulls it out, which is kind of sucks because Minnesota got to go on the road, but that's crazy. Yeah. So I think just because of just the home field advantage, I think those teams are even to me, and I think Sean McVay outcoaches O'Connell and the Browns pull it off.
And just for context, Tampa is favored by 3 right now. Tampa is favored by 3.
Ooh, and Baker we trust.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, man. What you got for me, brother?
Man, all right. So first I want to say, man, we keep forgetting that pressure also makes diamonds. And yes, Josh Allen has showed me throughout this year that he's a diamond. And I'm not willing to bet against him. I like that. I love that Broncos defense, but inexperience in the quarterback, I got to go with the experienced veteran who's shown that he can put his cape on and win some games himself. Texans, Chargers.
Blowout Chargers.
I like the Chargers. What's the health of the Texans? Is Nico Collins there?
Yeah, he's there.
I think he's
Nico and the Pips. Nico.
Okay. When you put it like that, I'm gonna go with the Chargers. When we get to the Steelers and the Ravens, that's a divisional game. It's gonna be tough, but we talking about the 2-time MVP here. He's gonna keep it rolling all the way through. So that's That's a no-brainer. For what's the next one? Eagles, Packers. Eagles, Packers, man, that's a tough one. But the injuries that we think the Packers suffer against the Bears, it makes me want to lean to the Eagles. Again, a high pressure situation. I think Jordan Love got just as much pressure as anybody. Young black quarterback filling in the steps of a Hall of Famer. Hey, Green Bay is thirsty for a Super Bowl. It's been a while. So you get into the playoffs, I think it's just as much pressure on him as it is on Jalen Hurts. But I'm gonna go with Jalen Hurts, Saquon, and the boys over there. I'm hating on Washington and Jaden Daniels, Tampa Bay, and again, I'm going with y'all veteran quarterback, Stafford over Minnesota. So I feel like that.
And to your point, like we got to remember, Jordan Love just got paid too. Right after that playoff game against Dallas, they paid him. You got to
understand. Like I say, stop. I need us to stop worrying about paying some. It's the market. Like these guys. Like I'm a diehard Parker fan.
Yeah.
I do not think Jordan should be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
Right.
But I'm just speaking about it's the market.
Right.
Because you got to think about Purdy's finna get paid. Minnesota's going to have to pay Sam Donald. Like think about Kirk Cousins. It's just the market. Like so, stop saying who's getting paid because
look at that.
Look at that. Win or lose in the NFL, you need a quarterback, so you're going to pay him. It's just gonna go up. Like it's not about because if that's the case, me and you both know Pat Mahomes should be making $70 million a year if we're going off talent.
I understand that was the market. That's what he's going to get, but it don't change the fact that they paid him. Yeah. They paid him. So show me that we invested in you, we trusted in you, we paid you because we trust you.
I agree with that part. I'm just saying like the money wise doesn't meet the talent because like it's just the market.
But it does raise expectations.
That's an honest evaluation of a Packer fan and a quarterback.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like you got it. Like you said, he's filling in for Aaron Rodgers. He just got paid the $50. I get that. But what I'm saying is like I agree he has to win. But I'm just saying about the numbers. When I be hearing people like, well, they just paid him. It's because of the market. Or you let him go. We can't afford to lose him. We don't want Malik. I like Malik Willis, but you cannot go to Malik Willis after Aaron Rodgers.
But just to Brian's point, once you get paid, the expectations raise. I understand it's the market. Okay, the market that is, but we paid you, so we expecting you to live up to a certain.
So you're proving my point. Then Jalen Hurts got paid, and he 2 years removed from a Super Bowl, so he has to win. And you just got beat by Baker.
So you can't say there ain't no pressure on Jordan Love then because it is.
No. What I said, remember I said it's pressure, but we don't. If we lose, y'all just gonna clown me.
I'm gonna say this too. The Packers is still the youngest team in the NFL. So
you know what I'm saying?
There's no. I'm just being honest. There is no no expectation because he just lost his receiver. So that's what I'm saying. We kind of expecting them to lose. Now, if he had like when they went to the NFC Championship game against Tampa Bay, it's like okay, show me because. You got home field advantage. You got Devontae Adams. You got the MVP
and we got cheated,
and then you lose. So like that's what I'm saying. Like I kind of agree with that. I don't expect them to win. If they win, they're gonna shock the hell out of me because I don't.
I think this would be a bigger shocker than the Dallas game, in my opinion, because I knew Dallas was
for sure.
I agree. I agree.
Like
for sure.
But to beat this team, like I think people is underrating the Philly defense. The Philly defense has been getting.
They lights out. They've been playing.
No, they're good. Jalen Carter numbers in their front. It's good. But understand, we missed the whole person in it. Saquon don't play in the playoff. This new to him.
We traded him for Darnell Wright. Man,
like understand, like.
You can't feel like that, man. If we didn't have Darnell Wright, it'd be you blocking out there right tackle for him. You know what I'm saying? So at least we got one offensive lineman out the deal, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, Darnell Wright was probably the best player this year.
For sure. After Jalen Johnson.
That's a Ryan Post conversation. That we don't even have time for. That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, like we're talking about pressure. Understand? Saquon ain't been here. Saquon ain't been here.
I got you. I agree with you. But it's different for running backs than quarterbacks. Like it ain't like you got to read defenses like that, like a quarterback got to do. He got to do what he normally.
But you got to understand, you sat down and could have broke the record. So you chose to overlook the record because I'm going to win this first one.
Was it him or the team? Or the team?
Al, if I ask you,
it wasn't just him.
Al, I'm your GM. Al, you are 101 yards away from the record.
Yeah.
You get $1 million. You get a 1.2 million for leading the league in rushing and breaking the record as your incentive. Do you want it? What's your answer?
What's the ultimate goal? The record or a Super Bowl?
That's not what I asked you. Do you want it? I want it.
I want it, but I also know I'm realistic about injuries, and we trying to win a Super Bowl. And they probably went some backdoor, like, yo, I know you was about to get this record. If it was an incentive, I'm gonna give it to you anyway. They could have did some backdoor action. You know what I'm saying? No homo.
All I'm saying, he have Saquon have to show up.
You know what I'm saying? They could have did something. They could have did something behind the scenes.
Under the table, bro. Under the table, bro. Did something under the table. Yeah, bro. You got to word it the right way, bro.
In the first game he played, he only had 67 yards, bro.
Yeah, he didn't do much against the Packers that first game.
67 yards, bro.
Okay. I can't wait.
Jordan Love don't get hurt. We not even having this conversation, bro.
I can't wait.
That's week one. That's week one. I think, but I think Saquon is an X factor in this game. If he has a good game, and on top of that, you still have to account. He has big playability all day. All it takes is one carry for him. So if the threat of him back there alone, healthy, is enough to sway some things. It might change the way y'all call y'all D. And do you want one-on-one coverage with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith on the outside?
Hey, we don't have a sloucher running back. We got the third best running back in the NFL. Like we don't have a sloucher.
No, y'all don't. But
it's the same thing on Philly.
Has he been to the playoffs? Because I think that pressure's on him just like it's on Saquon there too.
Yes. That's a good point. He's been playing with the bum Raiders for I don't know how long.
And look what happens when you get around a good offensive line. Like I think this gonna be the best. This gonna be the best game in the playoffs. Whichever way it goes, this is gonna be the best game in the playoffs.
I don't know, man. The Packers is not like last year. This is my thing. Last year they started rolling. Going into the playoffs and going to Dallas. They just lost to the Bears. My Bears.
But understand what we had nothing to look
the same.
Like Vic just said, that was a fan game.
Okay. But you
want a fan game.
We can't make excuses. They lost.
No. I'm not making no excuses. I hate that we lost. Like I told Al before the show started, I thought I was gonna get more banter. Like I really didn't get any real phone calls. Like I thought it was gonna really be, but it's like, bro, we were gonna be the 7th seed regardless. I don't want to lose to the Bears.
They could have won and got the 6th seed. They could have won and got the 6th seed.
Yeah, but Washington wasn't losing to Dallas, man. Washington knew for a fact they didn't want to play Philly.
I think the playoff scenario, if Green Bay would have won,
we'd have played Tampa Bay. We'd have played Tampa Bay, and Washington would have played Philly.
Yeah. So. But
no. If Washington won, regardless, if both of us won, Washington kept the 6th seed. They got a better in-conference record.
I thought if Green Bay would have won.
No, because we only beat the Bears in our division, so they got a better division record.
All right. Well, let's move on. Y'all talked about you, Maru. You brought up Ryan Poles, and we on a head coaching search now. And
this is crazy, bro.
Let's go back into the archives about some of the comments you made when Eberflus was coach. You said, "quote If Matt Eberflus beats Green Bay in the last game, the upper management would actually think about still bringing him back." All right, that's what you said initially. Now, fast forward. Eberflus gets fired. Enters Thomas Brown. He wins last game of the season against Green Bay. He also goes 1-4 in his tenure as head coach. Amaru, what chances do Thomas Brown have at being a head coach? Do he have a chance of being a head coach? He beat Green Bay. According to your logic, he has a chance.
This is layered conversation because the reason I said that's because of the incompetence of our front office.
Yes.
People have to realize how incompetent they are.
Yes.
Who was it? When Brian, so people see, I watch all this stuff, the beat and all this stuff. When they picked Eberflus, when Ryan Poles was hired and they were doing the coaching search and that cycle for Eberflus, he didn't even get to pick them. They picked them for him.
Right.
So think about that. They picked his candidates for him, so he really didn't even get to do his job. And so that's why I said that, because they are too super duper dysfunctional.
Yeah.
And I think too, like, especially during this hiring cycle, we're going to really see how competent they are. Because if you let's think about this. Let's think about this for a minute. if I'm a head coach, right? If I'm Ben Johnson, whoever it is, Mike McCarthy, whatever, and I come to the Bears and I say, hey, you want me, right? Because we were having this conversation earlier about whose situation is more favorable and whose is more messier than the Bears, right? So if I want you, if I'm the Bears and I'm telling the candidate I want you, but that candidate chooses Jacksonville or the Raiders over the Bears, that means your situation is really messed up because I don't want to be a part of that. But that's why I think this is functional, because if I say to you as the owner, hey, I'm the head coach, I want my own GM, what are you gonna do with Ryan Poles? And see, that's the whole thing. You got to get rid of all of them. And so to answer your question, I think he's going to actually have a chance, because if you really think about what really happened when he got elevated, bro, these people that's on the staff are not his people. So think about what they did when they elevated him. He's having to coordinate and organize Fluce's staff.
What about the 1-4 record though?
I'm just saying, because but think about it, it's not his staff. He didn't pick his OC. He didn't pick his defensive coordinator. He didn't get to pick his assistant coaches. He didn't get to pick his strength people. He didn't get. These are all Fluce's people. So that's why it's dysfunctional, because when you fire him, you got to get rid of all of them. You didn't have a plan for him. He was the passing coordinator. He wasn't the OC.
Right.
But Al, because you just spoke about his record. Understand this. I get what he said about them, his people. But he's the head coach. 3 of them 4 games he lost is because he didn't know how to call timeout. That's on the head coach. Yeah. They ain't got nothing to do with who the OC, the DC, the special team. You did not call timeout on 3 of them 4 losses. That's on you, bro. He's a bum. He don't deserve an opportunity. I don't care about beating the Packers. I don't care about none of that. And I don't want people to be like, oh, he's the black man, because we're not talking about race. We're talking about head coach.
I don't like how aggressive you talking about. Even though I don't want him to coach, I don't like how aggressive you talking about our head coach.
Bro, Al, you lost 4 games because he didn't call timeout, Al.
Well, can I interject? Let me interject though, man. I think Thomas Brown his story is amazing. He's a hell of a motivator. I don't think it's his time. I think the light has been shined on him, and he will get another opportunity. It cannot be here in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? It cannot be here in Chicago. But I don't think he's a bum. I just think he was dealt a bum hand, a shitty hand, and he had to make lemon out of. He had to do something with that.
He had 3 games about timeout though. It's not about the talent.
Hold on though. I hear what you're saying. I lived it. I lived it. So I understand all of that. But I think that it's a bigger. We speaking of dysfunction as a whole, and they trying to pin the tail on the donkey and make somebody like this the scapegoat, no matter color or whatever. I don't think it's his fault. I don't think it's Pole's fault. I think it is, like Amaru said, they gave this guy a list of head coaches to choose from, and he had to pick the lesser of 2 evils. Now he has the opportunity to pick somebody who's he joined at the hip with, and this is his guy. He got his quarterback. He's getting his coach. I just think it's just a matter of time. This is a rebuild. Nobody wanted to be honest about what we were in. We were in a rebuild, and he is rebuilding. Allow him to cook. So I don't want Pete Carroll. I don't want Mike Vrabel. I don't want anybody with a defensive pedigree, because if you have a good offense, then my offensive coordinator is gone. I want an offensive-minded coach. I don't know if Ben Johnson is the guy. And let me say this. Ben Johnson, hold on. If you're listening and you think that you're going to walk in this building and dictate your terms and conditions, you can go your ass to Jacksonville and do that, because Shanahan earned the right. Shanahan had been the play caller. He got the lineage. He got his daddy in his back pocket. He got Elway on speed dial. I think it's a lot of things that allow Shanahan to walk in your building and set his terms and conditions. But Ben Johnson, you knew, bro. You the flavor of the month. Where was you 5 years ago? I ain't hear about you 5 years ago. So I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna listen.
I got 2 things. I got 2 things real quick before you get in, Vic. Hey Al, when we get to start cussing on the show?
Hey, bro got a little passionate, man. Bro got a little passionate, bro.
I get a little hot about these Bears, man.
It's only one person for this whole job.
I like Ben Johnson. That's me personally.
Who you got? Go get Caleb's guy. Go get Cliff Cleanberry. Go get his guy.
You had your chance. You had your chance.
Hey,
You had your chance.
hey,
You didn't get him.
here's the
You
thing.
didn't get him when he was available.
Here's the thing
Don't
about Ben
that.
Johnson that scares me, bro. Here's the thing about Ben Johnson that scares me, and I try to break this down to Bears fans. He's not coming through the door with Penny Sewell, Frank Ragnow, Glass now. He's not coming through the door with that pedigree of an offensive line that he has over there in Detroit, guys. So I don't know. I don't know about Ben Johnson. Honestly, bro. Long as I've been a fan, I don't even know who I want to be the coach right now. I've been sitting there, bro. I'm so puzzled. I've been looking on some candidates. Like, I'm literally thinking, like, right now, bro, I don't even know who I want right now. I know who I don't want. I know who I don't want. I don't want any parts of my grandfather, Pete Carroll.
Okay.
I don't want any parts of Mike Vrabel. I just don't. I wouldn't mind giving Ben Johnson a chance, and I kind of like Glenn. I like Glenn, but people want more so the best of high offensive mind, which is fine. Now I get it because of Caleb Williams at the quarterback, yada yada yada. I just want them to hire a competent coach. I don't care if it's pedigree, offense or defense. I just want somebody that's competent, know how to use the timeouts when they want to, know how to make adjustments when your quarterback is taking sacks, like elementary stuff as a head coach. But like somebody that knows X's and O's, and also is, like you said, a leader of men.
Let me ask you this, Vic. Let me ask you this, because I think Brian made a great point. If you get a defensive-minded coach, and then your offense is good, you know the offensive coordinator is going to get a head coaching position. So why not just get you an offensive-minded coach so you don't have to worry about that? What do you say to that?
I mean, I get it. I mean, that has worked in the past, but why not? And I'm saying there's very few, but why not get you a Bill Belichick type who's an offensive and a defensive coach?
Can I ask a question? Let me just ask a real quick question.
Go ahead.
Is Ben Johnson good, or he just got a hell of a supporting cast? Understand what he has.
Understand what Detroit Lions. People don't realize what the Detroit Lions have on that line, that pedigree of draft picks on that offensive line, the trenches where you win and lose.
Stafford was the best thing ever. When they traded Matthew Stafford, they got all these guys. And I'm not saying Ben Johnson didn't call the right play. I'm not saying it, but understand when all I got to do is turn around and give the ball to Montgomery and Gibbs, and then I got drafted. Exactly, and then I got Sewell, which is probably the best offensive lineman in the whole league. It's debatable. We can put other names up. We can put other names, Johnson on them. But understand, it's
and
easy
they got the best center.
Plays.
And they got the best center. They got the best center in football too.
Like B said earlier, Ben Johnson out over there trying to make lemonade. Like he has wine already given to him. I just got to call the right plays and not lose.
He said he got some good wine over there.
He got good wine over there already given to him. So I'm not, like I said, I don't believe the Bears need to get a coordinator. You have to get someone that has already been a head coach. Because you're saying give Caleb Williams in his second year a rookie head coach. Because understand when you're a coordinator, you're not a head coach. So regardless how good your play calling is, the head coach runs all of that.
And see,
you see what I'm saying?
This is the thing too. He said something really key when they traded Matthew Stafford. Just pause right there. And this is what I was asking my guy earlier. You got to look at this because now that you've realized that you done failed so miserably, you got to start pulling people apart and seeing what you can get value for. Who's the most valuable player on the team? Because he made the Pro Bowl. Jalen Johnson. You need to trade him because the money that he makes, you need to find out what you can get for him because you're going to have to put your investment on the offensive and defensive line. Alex Brown was saying it last night. He said Jalen Johnson made a ton of business decisions this year. And let's say you
got cooked a little bit.
Let's say if you bring Mike Vrabel in here, he's not gonna be playing for Mike Vrabel very long because he's gonna call.
Yeah, Mike gonna get rid of him. Yeah, Mike gonna get rid of him.
So we gotta rewrite the whole conversation because whoever, especially if you bring that type of personality in here, like think about what they were saying. We need to be coached harder. What professional level athlete has ever said that?
DJ Moore walked off the field.
The whole team was saying that.
But we know it's a coaching problem. My question is, who's the guy for y'all? If y'all, I
just want to touch on him talking about trading Jalen Johnson. Like, I'm all for trading Jalen Johnson, but what value you going to get for him? Like, basically, you want to do a salary dump. Now, if you're on board with just trying to dump the salary with him, just sign a new contract, that's something different. But you are never going to get value putting him out to the market.
Because I can't agree that Jalen, he may be number 3 best corner in the NFL.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
even
Okay,
put him
so
top
listen,
five.
so
I
hold
don't
on.
think he's
but
top
with the
Hey,
five.
Vic, Vic, hey, Vic,
with the
I
money
got
that
you.
he's
I got you, Vic.
making, with the
Oh yeah,
money
with the
that he's
money wise,
making,
yeah. I get what you're saying with the money wise.
It's
Yeah,
not like the
but
Bears are in cap hell. We don't need no salary cap relief.
no, but
We
but
got
but
money.
listen to what I'm saying. You got it because it's him, and then the other one, I love him, Montez Sweat. Now let's think about this. We just watched the Cincinnati Bengals with that horrible defense. Who on their defensive line? Trey Hendrickson. He leads the NFL in
They've
sacks.
had the sacks. Yeah.
When they needed to play, who was they just playing? The Bengals just playing. On the final drive, he got 2 sacks. Now let's pause. We watched Montez Sweat get taken out of games because he's banged up and he's getting double and triple teamed all the time. So my thought is, I think Ryan Poe's kind of overpaid for some of these because, like my man said earlier, it's not that they're that great; it's the market.
But
And
Yeah.
you start
I would
to
have to say
realize
this. I
that
think
their
you.
best players are B plus players. They make it A plus money, but they're B to B plus players. Does that
Well,
make
not
sense?
Jalen. Jalen for
Hold
sure
on.
A
Bro,
plus.
I don't
yeah,
know,
yeah,
bro.
bro. I'm like, that's why I'm just trying to get some understanding. That's why I'm like, if you talk about you really know how the NFL works, you talk about trading this guy. What would you rather have, a third round pick or Jalen Johnson? Bro,
Because
realistically, you're gonna be honest with me. You said
he
third
played the
round pick,
second hardest position
unproven.
in
I'm not
football.
gonna believe that. I'm not gonna believe that.
Jalen
I'm not gonna
Ramsey got
believe
2
that.
firsts in the second.
But
So
let
is
me
he
say.
just? That's
Let
what
me
I'm saying. Jalen Ramsey got 2 firsts, but they got 2 firsts for Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah,
let me
they
say
did.
this, man.
He ain't Jalen Ramsey though.
No, he
When it
not.
comes to the Bears, we got to remember, man, this is a big market, man. Like
Yeah,
we didn't did the rebuild already.
a
right.
couple of them.
He did that last year before when he traded it when he
Yeah, just
traded
as a Bear fan, just as a Bear fan, bro, I'm tired of seeing us draft guys like Jalen Johnson, develop into a Pro Bowl quarter, then you trade him because the things around him have failed. You understand? You reward him by trading him because he did his job. Nah, brother, I'm tired. That's the Bears way of thinking. That's Bears fans logic. I'm tired of that, bro.
And
That
the
guy, he's
strength
earned
was
his way to be the Bear. Like we said, he's the Bears' best player, bro. I wouldn't trade him. I wouldn't. That's just me. I wouldn't. I
the
wouldn't.
strength of this team is the defensive. We got Brisker, Gordon, Byard, Jalen Johnson, Stevenson, and you're gonna take the best DB and probably the one who could probably play man is scheme versatile. You gonna let him go
Yeah,
for
bro,
what?
Cole, bro,
I'm
For
Cole,
not
and I'm
what?
a
trading.
Packer fan, but
I
he
don't
I'm not
cold.
know.
trading
I
Jalen.
don't
I know
know.
he got cooked a little bit this year, but
He,
Yeah,
that, he,
because
he plays the second hardest position in football. He's going to get beat. He plays the
I'm
I
second
mean,
not.
hardest
yeah, they
position in
all do.
football.
They
Yeah,
all
they
do.
all
But he
get
still,
beat.
I mean, even with him getting beat, he's like Al said, he's still graded out top 2 in the league. Still
Yeah,
graded
he
out top 2
know.
in the league.
He top three in the
I
That
ain't
was
ready
games.
to let go
There
of
were games
Jalen.
inside the field was
He
targeted less
too
than 4
young.
times.
He
We
too
played
young.
Justin Jefferson. The man had 2 catches and 27 yards, and Jalen Johnson caught him 80% of the time. Bro, come on, man, wake up.
He
2
he
catches
the
and
third
27 yards that
he
first
the
game
third
against Jalen.
he the third best
I'd never
corner in the
trade him for
league,
no
I
bro.
third round
disagree.
pick, and he only 26 years old, man. Knock it off,
He the
I
man.
he the
disagree.
third
I
he the third best
disagree.
corner in the league, bro. He
I
number 3 in the league
disagree.
for sure.
I
Yeah.
disagree because I recall, and that's what I'm saying. I look at players when the game is on the line, when you need to get a stop. You got the gotta have it moments. I
Right.
remember the first game we played this Green Bay. Christian Watson, he got beat
Yeah,
so
he got cooked.
bad,
Yeah,
he
he cooked.
fell down
He
He
cooked.
and was
failed.
jogging back to tackling.
He
Dude,
cooked.
it's the
But
game
listen,
is on the line. What are
Man,
you
that's
doing?
one game.
But
hey,
I'm
Damn,
saying
damn.
he played the
Damn, that's
second
one
hardest
play.
position. He plays the second
Then the
hardest
last
position.
game, we played the Packers. I don't know who the wide receiver was. He got turned around, bro. It's a third and like 19. What are you doing?
he got
He got
cooked.
beat for a
He
30-yard
got cooked.
pass. What
He
are you
did.
doing?
He did. He
That's what I'm
got
saying.
cooked.
Like I don't see Jalen Ramsey or Surtain or Marshawn Lattimore getting beat like that.
But
In
you
the
know,
gotta
but you
have it
but
moments, bro. He
but
made
but
two
you got to
huge
think
plays.
about the scheme he
Your
playing. He in
top
the
corner,
cover
your
too. It's a
top
little
corner has to
different
make those
too.
plays, bro. You got to stop the bleeding. That's what I'm saying. We got to start looking at him like that because I don't think. Yes, he makes top 5 money. I don't think he's a top 5 corner at his position. I don't think
I
so.
would say I would say he probably can sneak in at number 5. He probably can sneak in at number 5 for me. He got cooked. He had cooked this year, but I'm like this. You can't tell me start another rebuild. We just did that. Ron Poles has to win now. Ron Poles has to win now. It ain't no more trade and try to rebuild again.
But
Let me pick it.
this what I'm gonna ask y'all. So DJ Moore walking off the field, he makes $100 million, right? You got Montez Sweat who don't play every play. You
Okay.
got 2 linebackers who can't cover, right? Because 50 Edwards, he gets beat every time. And then we got to find out what's gonna happen with Brisker. We don't have D tackles. So this is what I'm saying. Like the person we have Tyreke, but then the situation that happened with him, we got Terrell Smith back there. So like it's a lot of that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of question marks on our defense. I'm being honest. Because
I would say the secondary is our strongest part of the defense.
Yeah, but
hold on.
Think about it. Think about it. Last year they played way better than they played this year. Obviously because the defensive coordinator got fired. But come on, bro, y'all gotta have some pride. Like what we doing?
Hold on. Let me piggyback real quick. Like B stated, the Bears play a lot of cover too. So it's not really like Jalen gets beat. But understand, you just said Jalen Ramsey. He's my favorite player in the NFL. He got smoked in the Super Bowl. Smoked. So it happens. You're playing the second hardest position in football. So you can't understand it because if the ball is on the line, there's no one on your team better than Jalen Johnson. I don't care what you're trying to say. I get it. You may want to trade him because you're talking about money-wise what we can get for him. Yeah. It's Jalen Johnson and then everybody else on the Bears.
Man, it's not like they trying them. It's not like they picking on them. You just highlighted 2 plays in a whole season.
I got plenty more because I watched all the other 22. When he played the Patriots, he stood up at the goal and let the man just walk in. He didn't even try to tackle him. I watch all. It's a lot of. See, that's what I'm saying. You got to watch these tapes because you be like, okay, like when they ran, what was that? The game we played, it was the Cardinals. When the guy ran all the way to the end zone before the half, Jalen Johnson was standing right there.
So wait, are you pinning all of this on Jalen Johnson? Like, are you pinning the Bears defense for Jalen Johnson? You mentioned Montez Sweat. To me, he's the one that didn't do enough this year. And part of the reason he ain't got nobody on the other side to take any pressure off of him. But last year he cooked when he came over. This year you barely heard his name. But I'm not. Marcus Edwards says, win now, no more rebuilding. Ain't no more rebuilding. You better draft well and you better pick the right head coach or Poles is gone. You can't get Jalen Johnson because
Marcus Edwards and Al. Win now is we stretching it. We literally only have one able body on the offensive line and maybe 2 on the defensive line. Our trenches is weak, and if y'all think that one off season can flip that around, I'm gonna have to ask y'all some questions about y'all fandom or y'all living in fandom or reality. Because reality, we need another year or 2. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, we jumped ahead of things with Caleb and Keenan and the little cherries on top. But the meat and potatoes, we missing that. But Amaru, I couldn't disagree with you more about Jalen Johnson. Montez Sweat, I understand, but it's a team. So he is missing 2 or 3 other players. If I could double team this guy and take him out, I know I don't have to worry about Dexter or whoever the other guy is on the opposite side of him. The linebackers, you made a hell of a point. Those guys are not Roquan Smith. You know what I'm saying? I get that. But at the end of the day, what Ryan Posey had to rebuild, tear it down, and he had to start building back up. So TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds, they not the linebackers of the future. Them is the bridge players. They holding somebody's place right now. But we can't address that until we tackle the trenches right now. That's the most important thing. That's the most important thing.
Let me respond to him real quick because we got to move. I got a couple of topics I got to get y'all opinions on. But to respond to Prime, you saying it's going to take another year or 2. Okay, but you remember, we won 7 games with Justin Fields. And then you draft Caleb Williams, and you go Keenan Allen, and you say we jumped ahead of the curve. You can't get ahead of the curve, and then you regress.
But schematically things change. We forgot. We underestimated the value of 6'3", 240 with a 4.3 speed at your quarterback position. We didn't realize how many sacks and how many negative plays Justin Fields turned into positive plays. Caleb don't got that elusiveness, and it's a difference. But
so then you say then it's the Poles decision. Poles made this decision. That's the Poles problem. We had that. He did not have to trade him.
Let's live in the world of general managers. There's no general manager that you know that will pass on the number 1 pick 2 years in a row. So even if I love Justin, brother, I got to. Because if I'm still asking you at year 3, are you the guy? You're probably not the guy.
Hey, I'm gonna say this real quick. Hey,
but I mean,
back
how
to
can I be
Jalen
the
Johnson.
guy? I ain't mean to cut you off, but how can I be the guy, though, bro, when you've never spent more than $20 million on the offensive line in front of me in 3 seasons?
Yep.
And then you
That's
turn
another
around,
thing.
hold on. You turn
Listen,
around, you draft
Yes.
Caleb Williams, and you only increased the offensive
listen.
line by $3.9 million again. The Bears still had the cheapest offensive line in the NFL for 5 seasons going.
They never should have drafted the
For
dudes
5
here.
seasons going.
They should have got a lineman. But one thing about Jalen Johnson, if I'm the Bears front office, I'm putting them under the Denzel Ward Act. Bro, you are here forever. I don't care how bad this team is. You are here forever.
He ain't made no fuss like he want to go.
No, I'm just saying. Hey, Denzel Ward is probably still top 5 corner. Is arguably one of the worst franchises. I'm doing Jalen Johnson the same way.
I put all this on Ryan Poles, bro. I put all this on Ryan Poles.
This is where I have the biggest problem. When y'all put it on Ryan Poles, he inherited what? Who was the left tackle when he walked in the building? Who was the defensive tackle when he walked in the building? Who was the safety when he walked in the building? Who was your number one wide receiver when he walked in the building?
Wait.
Hey, bro, last year. Hey, bro.
Wait, but you gotta think about that too. See, this is the thing. We say that, right? But we have
So Ryan Pace ain't had nothing to do with this right here.
Wait. But you drafted a Felix Jones. You trade for Chase Claypool. You go sign Nate Davis. You got what's the guy, the defensive player? He don't even suit up. So yes, he's like now Briskett's a question. So yes, and I agree with all that. I'm not when I point out Jalen Johnson, it's because I'm seeing that what's going to happen. What's going to happen, because you're right, this is not going to happen overnight. This is going to have to be a 2 or 3 year project, because what's going to happen when we start getting good, that payment for Caleb, hopefully, as he's developing, he's going to get paid. And so that's what I'm saying. You're going to have to move some of these dudes now, because if you don't, and all of them get paid, are you going to have? And then think about it. Caleb's dad moves a lot of his, does a lot of his stuff. So he went out of Chicago. So that's why this is very important for our franchise, because you got a whole lot of stuff dangling around, and I don't think people paying attention to it.
Poses. I would agree with you on one point. He's eventually going. I know. We can go. If you got to go ahead, bro. But I will say this. Eventually, he might have to get some of the defensive players, because his plan didn't work out. His plan was to draft the quarterback on a rookie deal and build a defense and build the rest of the team, and it didn't pan out the first year. And so he might have to eventually get some of the defensive players eventually. But I definitely pinned some of this. He could have kept Justin Fields, traded that number 1 pick, and built more around Justin Fields. Justin Fields built a relationship with DJ Moore. DJ Moore was cooking with Justin Fields. And Cole Kmet was developing. So Caleb Williams, I believe, is going to be a good player. But if we're looking at the now, they won 7 games with Justin Fields. You couldn't say they could win at least 9 games with Justin Fields this year. Ryan, you trying to tell me they couldn't win 9 games with Justin Fields this year? Are you telling me?
I would be a liar if I didn't believe that. I love Justin Fields, but what I'm saying is Justin Fields wasn't worth what he was going to get paid if you keep him on this team. You talking about you talking about what you gonna have to do with Caleb get that money. Justin was a year away from getting that money. So Yeah, he's a year away. So you was gonna have to trade. You wasn't gonna be able to get Montez Sweat. You wasn't gonna be. But hold on. I want to go to the Claypool and the Bayless thing. If Ryan Pace had drafted 1 or 2 starters, then maybe Poles wouldn't have to come in here and swing for the fences for a returner, swing for the fences for Claypool. And let's be real, when these other GMs is giving up firsts and seconds, future first for Khalil Mack, Jay Cutler, and these other names, this guy threw away seconds, and we crying about 2nd round picks like we can't, like he ain't recouped him. Like he didn't recoup him in the Carolina Panthers trade. Like he didn't get that back and some. So I'm saying, like, let's be real. We had nothing on this roster when he walked in the door, and he threw a couple 2nd round picks on some wide receivers because the Bears was telling us that Darnell Mooney and Allen Robinson was the future, and we believe that. So come on, man.
I'm just saying, B, let's fairly evaluate.
Allen Robinson was already gone by the time that Ryan Poles got here, bro.
But
and then one more thing. When he had a chance, bro. He had two 2nd round picks. He could have picked George Pickens, bro. He could have picked George Pickens with one of them. He's right there on the board for him to take him. He could have picked George Pickens, but he didn't. He picked Kyler Gordon. Now I like Kyler Gordon, but right now who's been a better pro? Who's been a better pro? George Pickens or Kyler Gordon? Which one? At the time, which one the Bears need more? Offensive playmakers around Justin Fields. He took Vayner Jones later on with the third round pick instead of offensive line. Come on, bro.
George Pickens just cost me the fantasy football draft because
I get that, but still, he's still been a better pro. He's been 1,000-yard receiver in the NFL.
Look, all right, Brian, I give you the last word. You've been very passionate. I give you the last word in this bed, bro.
So you telling me George Pickens, who looked more like Antonio Brown personality-wise than he is on the field, okay, is better than Kyler Gordon, one of the best nickel backs in the league. And when Kyler Gordon went down, that secondary took a hit. When Brisker went down, that secondary took a hit. Those are two starters that we got. And you talking about one, George Pickens, and you think that Justin was going to get him the ball? You think Justin was going to get him the ball?
I like the passion. Hey, Brian done stepped up his passion for 2025. He wasn't like this in 2024. He wasn't like this.
Yeah, he ready. Hey, he ready to come through the phone, bro.
Yeah. No, because you know what? Because I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because I sat by and watched Jerry Angelo, Phil Emery, and Brian Pace make bonehead decisions and get them to get extensions. And then here come Ryan Poles trying to clean up this mess, and everybody trying to push his brother out the door. And yes, I'm talking brother as in black man. So I got a little more at stake with this guy. I'm rooting for him, and I think he needs a little more patience to let him cook. I want people to relax a little bit, man.
It ain't my team.
I know that. I mean,
no more Bears talk. No more, because we went way over time with this Bears conversation. But I liked it because I never seen Brian like this, and I like.
Brian. We should have had Brian back then.
I'm fired up, baby. I'm fired up. Hey, I just lost 10 games in a row. You can't talk to me right now.
I like it.
Hey, Brian ready to knock everything over now.
Maru, I'll be in Milwaukee tomorrow.
Talk about some trade Jalen Johnson.
I want to get to this Tyreke Hill situation, man. And Hollywood, I'm gonna let you go first because you done dealt with our Bears argument for over 20 minutes. It seemed like. I'm gonna let you give first on this Tyreke Hill situation. I'm going to play this interview after the last game. He has some comments, man, and I want you to I'm gonna play it for the people and then just analyze what he said because he wasn't happy. So this is Tyreke Hill after the last game with the Dolphins.
You know, this is my first time. I haven't been in the playoffs, man. So I mean, for me, like I said, man, I just got to do what's best for me and my family, dog. If that's here, or that's wherever the case may be, man, I'm finna open that door for myself, dog. As I'm opening the door, like I'm out, bro. You know, so it was great playing here, but you know, at the end of the day, bro, I got to do what's best for for my career and you know what's best. Because I'm too much of a competitor to be, you know, just out there.
Mean you thinking about leaving here?
If it is, hey,
So that's Tyreke Hill after the game, and I'm going to say this, bro. I'm gonna hand it over to you in a second, Hollywood. But this dude talk about he's too much of a competitor. You had the chance to compete with Kansas City. You want the money. You can't have it both ways, bro. You can't say I want my money and then once you can't compete with the Dolphins because two are having concussions and getting injured all over the place. Now you too much of a competitor. You can't have it both ways. You can't want the money and I mean you can want it, but it ain't gonna always go that way. But I'm gonna give it to you after hearing that interview. And first of all, he's under contract. You can't just say, I'm gonna leave. You can't do that. But Hollywood, I want to give it to you. What's your thoughts about what he just said?
So I'm gonna say this, and I just had this debate the other day. So somebody probably cut me off when I say this. I've always said Tyreke Hill was overrated. I've always felt like because he runs so fast and he's the cheater, but we're talking about pure receiver. You can find other guys to do what Tyreke Hill do. Secondly, you left Kansas City because Miami offered you $6 more million, and you said, quote, "Oh yeah, Tua is better than Pat Mahomes.
He definitely said that.
After winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Now you just said, I have to put myself in the best. Bro, you was in the best situation that any receiver in the NFL can. You was number one. Even though they had Kelsey, you was still number one. Yeah. What other situation you going to, bro? All these other teams that probably can't afford you has got a good receiver in the draft. So I don't want to hear I got to put myself in the position. No, bro, you just can't get open no more, bro. Because they understand. You got Sauce Gardner. You play Sauce Gardner twice over there now. You can't get open like you used to. You play Surtain twice over there now. So that's what it really is. So stop making it seem like Tula was hurt, because even then you said the man was better than Pat Mahomes. You understand how crazy that is?
But you know what that is though? That's him just trying to stick up for his teammate. I don't really think he believes that. I'm just telling you. I think though, this is my quarterback. I'm going to stick up for him. He went overboard. Like, he's with that team. That's what he said. But
you can't say you're going to put yourself in better situation and you leave a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
Like, what better situation are you going to? You would have had 3 rings right now.
I also think Tyreek's a little off. I think he's a little off.
Oh, yeah. He under the AB effect, for sure.
Y'all ready? I think he got some AB in him. I remember when with the situation when he got pulled over by the cop, and he was talking to the cop like it was his homie. Now, ultimately, I thought the cops was wrong for
sure
what they did, but you can't talk to them like they your homies. But
he's finna be under the AB effect, bro. Like, if I'm any team, I don't care who I am, I'm not giving up any picks to get Tyreke Hill.
Only thing I disagree with you, he still got that smoke though. He's still that
easy. It's easier to guard now. It's easier to guard now because these corners understand how to play. Go back and look and go back and look what he did against Patrick Surtain. Go back and look what he did against Sauce Gardner.
Everything he doesn't do that. He was still that guy. He was to me. Not that guy, he was still that guy. I want to come.
He got seven games this year when he only got 3 catches. So who fault is that?
And who's the quarterback? 3 games.
If I'm the fastest guy in the world, I'm getting open. I don't care who's the quarterback.
You gotta have a quarterback to throw it to you though. You can't have no bum. Y'all talk about bums. His backup.
Look, Coach Cordy Sutherland had a rookie. And look what.
Come on, Hollywood. Let's talk about this. When we did the 1-on-1, and I cooked you the first play of the game, the quarterback, what'd he do?
You say what? First of all, watch your words. Watch your words. Because I was going to give you credit. I'm going to give you credit. You had a great play, but choose your words wisely.
I mean,
we did 5 reps. We did 5 reps, right?
I say you cooked
me.
And
I won 5-0.
Hold on. If I say you cooked me the next rest of the way, is that okay?
I don't even want to use cook. You got it. You cooked me. You hit me on a double move, and I was like, dang, I didn't know Al had this in him.
Y'all see the footage? I posted it before. I'm going to post it again.
But post everything else after that. Post everything else after that.
Terrible.
Are you going to post everything else after that?
I don't know if I got everything else no more. I don't know.
I bet.
I don't know where I went, man.
But I got to log on. But yeah, I appreciate this, man.
Oh, hey! Shout out to Hollywood, man. Thank you for coming on.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Y'all have a great night, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all.
Be safe, boys. Good hollering at you, fool.
Yes, Brian, I want to come to you, man. Now, Tyreke Hill. After hearing that video, man, what's your thoughts?
I agree with everything that was said before, but I do want to say this about the athletes of the day, not just Tyreke Hill. I'm tired of these guys getting into these situations, chasing a bag, and then they realize that the grass ain't greener, and then they want out. What happened to making a person honor their contract? I'm not trading you. You gonna retire here. You gonna earn your keep. Yeah. Or you gonna retire. You choose. But I'm tired of these owners and these GMs bending to the demands of these players. When you sign your contract, when you sign your phone, you can't cut your phone off without doing certain things the right way. So I just feel like they got to honor their agreements and stop letting these guys just cry their way out of town, a la Jimmy Butler, Devontae Adams, now Tyreke Hill. The list goes on and on. I just think that's what's wrong with sports today. There's no more loyalty and longevity in these teams. And I know the owners ain't loyal to nobody but their paychecks and their pocketbooks. But at the end of the day, man, if you on my team and I gave you this bread, you gonna earn every bit of that contract. Believe that.
Big facts. Vic, what you got?
Man, I really don't have no comment on it, bro. It's kind of like just like a repeated cycle. You know what I'm saying? It's just already said. Like Tim had already touched on it. He ran for the bag. It ain't work out like he wanted to. Now he won out. It's just typical. You know, Kevin Durant, James Harden. You know what I'm saying? And it's just typical. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not surprised by it at all, man. It's just is what it is. And you had already took the words out of my mouth. Like, bro, it's like literally has some mental stuff going on with him. And I'm not trying to make fun of him at all. I'm being on a serious note. Like, he may need to see somebody and get himself some help. Because I can't believe he can step in front of the camera and really say that, and you under contract with these people. Like, what? You gonna force them to trade you through the media or something like that? Like, the way he handled that was even like just ridiculous, man.
Yeah. And just like Brian said, I'm finding you every day. You don't show up to training camp. You can't force your way. Contract means, I signed here. I'm here for this long. Now I know football contracts are different. But this ain't no injury related or anything like that. This is I chased the bag and Tua got hurt and he can't stay healthy. I can't get my yards. We ain't making the playoffs. So that's what it is. That's what it is. And it's like, man, when I heard that, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, bro. He found out the grass wasn't greener on the other side, you know. And now, like B said, he won't out. You know what I'm saying? And like I just said, you know, so we see this happen all the time with all of these sports, to wherever it is. You know, a guy get to where he uncomfortable in the space that he signed his contract, but all of a sudden now he won out.
Yes.
It just happens all too often, man.
I got one last topic I got to discuss. It's a day in the life of Al. I went to the Bulls game and they played Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. And hold on, before I go, Marula, you checked out. I didn't know if you had to go or not. You're a little blurry. But before I get to my day in the life of Al, what's your thoughts about the Tyreke Hill situation?
I mean, it's basically Jimmy Butler, like they both said. Like,
yeah,
it is. You know, because we're older, so we from the old school, but it's this player empowerment era, and it's like you don't honor your contract, you don't, you and he got the nerve, like, well, obviously Tyreke, you left a Super Bowl winning culture to go chase the bag, to go back home, and then you had the mitigated gall to compare him to Mahomes. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
and you made your bed lay in it.
Yeah, and I'm like this. If you're gonna chase the bag, just chase it and shut up.
Yep.
Chase it and shut up. I made my decision. I chased the bag. But I'm not gonna come back afterwards and like, oh man, I'm too much of a competitor. I gotta make the best decision. You made the best decision for your family when you chased the bag. That's why you made it for your family, right? So stick to that and shut up.
And his situation, Miami, I mean, the situation not even that bad. You're just your quarterback. The quarterback just stay hurt. You know, you got good receivers, you got good backs, you probably got to get a better O-line, and your defense got to get better. But you actually, and then you play in a tough division because you got the Bills and I think that's the Bills, the Patriots, and them. But like, I mean, you made the bed lane, bro. Like, I have no sympathy for that. Absolutely.
Shut up. Take the bag and shut up. Last topic I got for the day, man. I went to the Bulls game, seeing Victor Wembanyama. They had and then before that, they honored Derrick Rose and said he's going to get his number retired. So when I went to the Bulls game, the Spurs versus the Bulls, me and a couple of the guys was having a conversation, and they said if Derrick Rose would have won one championship, it would have meant more than the Jordan 6. And also, we talked about unpopular opinion, should Derrick Rose even got his number retired? I'm going to say this. I'm a Derrick Rose fan. I love Derrick Rose as a player, but if we looking at the totality of his career, he won Rookie of the Year and he was the youngest to win MVP. But if you look, he played like 7 seasons with the Bulls. After he got injured, of course he was never the same. But did he really deserve to get his number retired? Because I would argue no. Even though I love Derrick Rose as a player, I don't think he should got his number retired. It was a more emotional, sentimental thing than a warranted player career did. So you got the Bulls hat on, Brian. I'm coming to you first. Should Derrick Rose have gotten his number retired? And then the second question, if Derrick Rose would have won one championship, would it have meant more than the Jordan 6 that he won?
So I'm gonna answer the second question first. I don't think it would have meant more, but it would have been a closer to equivalent as we could get. A homegrown kid from the streets of Inglewood bring a championship back to the city. I mean, you make movies out of stuff like that, you know. Secondly, should his number been retired? Without a doubt, it probably should have been retired a year or two sooner. If you ask me, this man left 2 LCLs at the United Center, and the Bulls mishandled him the rest of the way, from his recovery process to even how they shipped him out of town. They owed him that. Because there's no reason a guy, and let's be real. Yeah, his stats and his career numbers, he may never be a Hall of Famer, but he is a Chicago legend. He is a Chicago legend. He deserves every right to be up there in those rafters because of what he meant to the city. I want to say violence probably went down 20% when he was hooping. I seen kids. I've never seen so many Adidas on kids' feet in his era, in his run, and everybody wanted to be like Derrick Rose. And they talk about how much Steph Curry changed the game. People don't give him his flowers. There wasn't too many point guards like him. And now everybody want a point guard like him, a la Westbrook, Ja Morant, and any other slashing athletic point guard that's going to the rim. I know they love shooters, but he was the prototype of this new generation of slashing point guard, man, scoring point guard. So I'm gonna just say yes and yes, Derrick all the way, Pooh all the way, man.
One thing you said Chicago owed him that. That goes back to the emotion part more than you say he left his two. He left two ACLs. I think it was only one. I don't know if he's. I know he meniscus too. But
right.
It seems more sentimental, emotional, more than it being warranted by the play on the court. Vic, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I think it should be retired just because of you put the numbers of his first 4 years as a Bull, and the only other person who started off their career better as a Bull is a guy who got a statue outside. You know what I'm saying? So injuries all aside, for a nice 4-year stretch, he came back. He still was a solid player. When he came back after injury, he still put up a couple of seasons where he put up like 15, 6, and 5 or something like that. I mean, it wasn't superstar number. He wasn't a superstar anymore, but he still was a solid player for a few years with the Bulls. I mean, I think with the Bulls, he never averaged under 14 points a game. I mean, I'm looking at all these other players that play for the Bulls, and I'm going looking at scoring now just for their career, who played for the team as long as him. You got Michael Jordan. You got Bob Love. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else that played for the Bulls, man, nobody else even averaged 20 points for their career.
Okay.
So I'm just looking at the Bulls situation, like the Bulls is right now. If he went to a different team, like say like LA, he did what he did, but they had all this stuff that come before, it'd be a little different. But all the Bulls had prior to this man was one guy. Mm-hmm. One guy. We had one guy before this guy got here. Yes, Scottie Pippen was a great player, but he was Batman. He wasn't Superman. Derrick Rose was Superman for a minute. To the injury. Derrick Rose was Superman. Derrick Rose gave us that glimmer of hope. And it's not emotional attachment. This is what he did on the court. The Bulls went from being predicted to be behind Orlando, Boston, and Miami that year to being the best record in the East back-to-back years. And he was the main catalyst of that. Like, put the team on his back. Like Brian said, put the team on his back. Like, just literally, I saw 2 games, bro, where he went to the bucket and Dwight Howard took him out. He back on the court the next day playing Lou all day, telling him, like, dude, you crazy. You supposed to be icing, chilling out. This man back on the court the next day, though, bro. So, like, bro said he left it all out there, bro. The way he hustled and the way he just played with heart and passion, he earned it to me, in my opinion. And that's it. That's just me.
Okay.
No, one championship. One championship won't trump 6. And I love the fact that he's from Inglewood. I'm from there too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Inglewood. You know what I'm saying? But one championship would not trump 6. It wouldn't. No, I'm just sorry. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. And I love Derrick Rose. I grew up with his brother Reggie. That's my homie. We still chatted up here and there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I'm like this. I'm like, maybe if it was 2, maybe, but 1 does not equal 6. And no math equation, no ratio, no proportion, nothing you can come up with. 1 does not equal 6. I don't care where you're from. I don't care if you was born at the United Center. 1 does not equal 6. Maru, what's your thoughts about this topic?
I think I'm torn because I love Derrick Rose. I am a big fan, so I'm biased. Like I think he deserved it. I think it was more emotional for me because I used to work in Chicago, and so I was an accountant in one of the nonprofits, and so I seen some of the work he was doing behind the scenes. This was like 2017 when he left. So he's actually in New York, and I'm seeing some of the work he's done behind the scenes, after school programs and stuff. And so I think that's why they did what they did, because they seen, like the brother was saying, the violence going down. Him and JoJo right now, they're doing stuff with the basketball leagues back in Chicago. JoJo not even from the city, but because of Derrick Rose influence, he's active and being engaged with the community and stuff. And so I love him. So I'm gonna be always biased, but let's really think about how great he was. That dude was so great. Think about it. He was so great. They had to put a 6'9", 260 dude on him because Chalmers, Wade, none of them could stay in front of him. Think about that. That. Like, think about that. A 6'1", Rose, 190, 195?
They list him at 6'3", but he ain't. I don't think he was 6'3".
They couldn't do nothing with him. And that's why it's so devastating, because I remember when I said, man, I hope they don't wear him down, because if he would have got at least one, I think LeBron never has the run he has, because that dude was standing in LeBron's way with all them role players. It was basically Derrick Rose and a bunch of role players.
Yeah, he was coming.
Rest in peace.
He was coming, bro. So I love him. So
he was coming. He was coming.
And once again, like I think all three of y'all brought the emotion, sentimental part of it. And like I say, I get it. I would have put him in a ring of honor. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have retired the jersey. That's just me. And I also don't think one would have equaled a 6, but it would have been very important. But I'm a Derrick Rose fan as well. I just don't think his career. But I think, like to Marl's point, all the work that he does in the community, I think that's what, like, yo, let's retire. He's from here. He had great moments, and he's doing all the stuff in the community. We're gonna retire his jersey because of that. But I always thought when it comes to jersey retirements, it was more about the career. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think the community part plays a big part as well. Go ahead, Vic. You had something?
Yeah, bro. I mean, the Bulls just haven't had that many great players. That's what you have to factor into that, though, too, bro. And this is what I try to tell people. This is no disrespect. I've been a fan of this team since I can remember. You know what I'm saying? Through the good and the bad days. Mm-hmm. So, like I told you, bro, you look at the first 4 or 5 years of his career, it was as good as anybody till he started getting injured. It was as good as anybody not named Michael Jordan. I take that back. Anybody not named Michael Jordan, the first 3, 4, 5 years of his career, he was better than anybody ever wore Bulls uniforms outside of Michael. So it probably has something to do with it. I do have an emotional attachment to it. I agree to it, but we forget, like he said, bro, how good he was. We do. We just look at it. What happened to him not winning the championship, and after the MVP award, it wasn't really this follow-up because he started getting injured. But we have to look at how good he was as a rookie, and his second year, and his third year, the MVP of the league, man.
Think about it. Real quick. Think about it. Remember who was in that locker room with him? It was a young Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
See, people forget that. Jimmy Butler came up under him, so he had to learn how to be a pro. He was watching the youngest MVP ever.
Well, he ain't being a good example.
He didn't pick up nothing from bro.
But can I say this too, though?
Of how he developed as a player, he picked up some habits.
Yeah.
Right? He
Okay. As a player, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And then another thing too.
As a player.
Remember when his first playoff game, that first series, who was he playing? Remember KG got hurt. He playing Rondo, Paul Pierce, and Brad going at him. And I'm sitting there like, I said, this nigga for real.
Yeah,
like,
he's the truth.
So I love that dude, man. I love that dude.
Go ahead, I want to say the last word.
No, it's just hard to take the emotion out of that, man. This is like this is like Ken Griffey playing, getting drafted to his daddy team. Like this is such a. I mean, what he meant to the city in his prep career. Illinois dropped the ball by letting him get out of Memphis. He shouldn't have played the basketball in any other town. So I just think that number one, he was the first player since Michael Jordan to make us forget about Jordan. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, he made us forget about that. That 6 we didn't remember that 6. That was 20 years ago, at the time. So I just think what he brought, that hope that he brought back to the United Center, we haven't felt that since or prior to. So that alone warrants, and let's read the room. I haven't seen nobody in the Bulls uniform even dare wear that number. Nope. So that means the respect amongst his peers.
Great point.
You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen nobody touch that number. So at this point, you might as well, because don't nobody want to try to put that pressure on their back.
Yeah.
That number one. So man, salute the dude. It hurt that one of my biggest pains as a fan of Chicago was when that man tore his ACL.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
in my lifetime, I think that might have been one of the most painful things is not being able to see the potential of what could have been with Derrick Rose in Chicago. I think that was the worst. I can't think of nobody else injury-wise that could compare to the potential of Derrick Rose's career. So, that was my day in the life of Val, man. Just some conversation me and the guys had at the game. I thought it was an interesting thing. I do have a come to church with me. It's Isaiah 43:18. At the beginning of the year, I opened my Bible app, man, and this is the scripture that came, and it was just so fitting for me because 2024 was rough. I don't know about y'all, but 2024 did a number on me. And when I seen this scripture, man, it did something for me. So it says, forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. And when I heard that, it was just like, you know what, God, I'm releasing all of that 2024 stuff. And I'm gonna look forward to 2025, and I'm trusting in this word, and it just encouraged me to forget about it, forget the former things. I ain't about to dwell on what happened. I can't change it anyway, and I'm gonna believe that He's gonna do a new thing. So I think this is fitting for everybody who had a tough 24 or some stuff bad happened to you in 2024. A scripture like this can give you hope and belief in a God that can do a new thing in 2025. So that's my scripture today. Hopefully it encourages you. I thank y'all brothers for coming on.
Yes, sir.
Remember, y'all can always support the show. Everybody who watch, y'all can send stars. Subscribe to the YouTube steady going up. We on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I have on the Allen Powell's hoodie and the long sleeve. We still doing merch, so we still ship anywhere in the United States. So if you all want, anybody want merch, message me and you can purchase your own merch. Appreciate y'all doing over an hour and a half for the show, man. I feel like I had a break, so at least I feel like I gave the people back a little bit of time that I took a break. So appreciate y'all, man, and we're gonna do it again.
For sure, yes, sir.
I got mine right there.
Hey,
before you cut us off, it's so crazy, bro, that me and my buddies were just having a conversation. We were doing an all-time, like, who we think could have had the best career individually and team-wise if they never got injured. We were talking about Mark Pryor. Y'all remember that guy? Y'all remember Mark Pryor?
Oh, man.
We were talking about Kerry Wood.
Oh.
Yeah, we were saying Derrick Rose. You know what I'm saying? We were saying, like, man, who could have been, like, just that dude? I'm thinking myself, dude, like, I'm a huge baseball guy. You know this. I love the Cubs. I follow Mark Pryor since I was hearing about dude as like a 13-year-old kid out in California and just started hearing about this guy. I think he could have been the best, the best what if Chicago ever saw. That's just me.
Over Derrick Rose?
I think so, bro. I think bro could have had like 3-4 Cy Youngs, bro. That's how good he was. He was gonna win the Cy Young his second year in the league if he wouldn't have got injured that year.
He was really good too.
I put Derrick Rose one. It's a toss up to me between Kerry Wood and Mark Pryor. I don't think it's a given. Like
those were the three guys. You know what I'm saying? They would have been battling each other for this award.
Yes.
Every year, like some Smoltz and Glavin type stuff. Maddox type stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would put Derrick Rose. And it's possibly because of the sport. Basketball is the more watchable than baseball. You know what I'm saying? So it gravitates to more people than baseball. Because basketball is over baseball, I would pick Derrick Rose, but I definitely get where you're coming from. Because Pryor and Wood, those two, they were supposed to be the Smoltz and Glavin. The Smoltz and Maddox or Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling.
Kurt Schilling, yes.
They were supposed to be that.
Yes.
And injury took him out. So that's a great point, bro. Great point.
Yeah.
Great point.
So, yeah, man. Hey, appreciate y'all guys, man.
Man, thanks for having me on as usual, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Can't wait till you have me back, man.
For sure.
Go Bears. Go Bears. We undefeated in 2025. We undefeated in 2025, baby. Go Bears.
That's why that was a great win. That was a great win. All right, man. We out. We holler at y'all.
We lock and load. Allen Pass. It's the Allen Pass Show.